So what is really cool about where we are now, which is manifesting your genius potential that you have, that is latent within you and that has been hidden up to now, is that provided that you are allowing yourself now to feel what you really want, feel your desires, which it can be a new thing, especially as part of your deep-rooted coping strategy, is to always to stay safe by self-sacrificing and putting everybody else's needs first. You might have habitually cut off your access to your feeling of what you want and what you desire so much that it might take a little bit of practice, a little bit of effort to uncover that again. But notwithstanding that, that might not be the case, and I can certainly support you with it if it is, then the cool thing is that once you break free of your coping strategy and start coming from a place of deep self-trust and from an expansiveness of the like possibility and openness and belief that you shift into when you shift out of your fear state, you change your energetic vibration. And when you change your energetic vibration, things just start to change. And you might even not even attribute it to the work that you've done in dissolving your deep-rooted coping strategies. Like one of my clients said, you know, we had a session together where she was talking about how her relationship with her son was really difficult. And then we had a session where we really went into the deep-rooted feelings. And a few weeks later, she said, do you know, it was really coincidental that relationship issue that I had with my son, it just kind of went away. And what was interesting was she hadn't realized that actually that's just what happens when you shift the vibration, you shift the energy, you show up differently with somebody and things seem to magically change or just coincidentally change. And I've had that experience over and over again with, especially in relationships with people who, you know, you might have had a rocky relationship with somebody and felt triggered and upset or not valued by them for a long time. And when you addressed whatever it was that was going on in yourself around that issue and how you felt about yourself, the relationship changed. And you're like, why is this person changed? This is really cool. They're being nice to me all of a sudden, or they're easy to get on with all of a sudden. And it really feels like them that did it, but it was actually the fact that your vibration has changed and you're showing up differently. But that's how all of this works. So what I'm saying is that often just because you are doing the work to breaking free of your strategies, things just start to show up differently for you. But there are a few things that you have to bear in mind, that especially because there are things that can pull you back into your old fear state or way of being unconsciously, that that are important to understand to really stay in flow. If I call that expansive state, like the state where you're not in fear, but you're actually in your thriving openness, expansive nervous system state, we call that the flow state. So again, let me take you back to the mountain biking analogy, because you can, if you do a sport like mountain biking, or if you have something else that you love doing, and you already have that feeling of love and enjoyment and desire and possibility in relation to that activity, the chances are you've already experienced and know that state quite well, where things just seem to flow and just happen without your conscious control. I don't know if you've ever watched, an elite athlete doing something like mountain biking or downhill skiing, and they just seem to be able to do what they do in a superhuman way. The speed with which they can go down something really, really hard and technical and difficult, you just think, how can you even process the amount of information that's needed to be able to ski like that? And you know that it's not going through their conscious mind, it's all muscle memory, it's all deeply it's all deeply within them, their ability for their body to react to the trail or the slope and the skis and their equipment and everything. It's just, they're actually tapping into their super conscious, and it's that allows them to be able to perform at that superhuman level. And that's the state that we're talking about, the flow state. And so essential to you living into your highest potentials is this, it's your highest potentials, the ones that nature's coded you uniquely with. So I'm not saying, oh, you can do anything you want to do. I'm saying you can do the thing that you are uniquely coded to do, which is genius, and it has to be that thing. So I can't say, oh, I want to be a concert pianist. I want to be the best concert pianist in the world. And the truth is that that's not really what I'm coded for. That's not my desire, even though I might think, oh, that would be fun. It's not the same as that being like, oh, this is me, and this is who I am, and this is what I feel I'm here to do. It's that thing, that's where your genius lies. So I really like the analogy of, say that you have, like, how does an acorn know to become a great oak tree? And it has that potential to be a great oak tree. Or how does a little seed have, like, know to become a beautiful rose or a different type of flower? It's coded with that from nature, and nature's also coded you with the potential to be something specific in particular. A rose seed cannot turn into a beautiful daffodil. It's coded to turn into a rose, and likewise you are coded uniquely to become something particular and unique to you. And it's that's where you'll find your genius. That's where you'll find your thriving. And that is why people say, if you want to find your purpose, follow your desires, follow your wishes. And it's your deep desires from your heart, not just, oh, I fancy doing that today, or that sounds like a good idea. It's like, what do I deeply want? If I really get in contact with how I feel and what my heart's desires are, where are they telling me that I really want to do something? And like the questions I use to help my clients, once I've helped them get into the space of deep connection with themselves, is, what is it that you deeply want to create, to contribute, to express, to experience? And not just to consider them in your mind, but to take that question within you and not think, I don't know what it is, but just let it, like, mull around in your head, like something, a delicious wine or brandy that you were just allowing to circulate in your mouth so you could feel the full flavor of it. Like, what is it you want to create? And feel into it. And it's that feeling. That is how nature communicates with you. That is how you pick up on the information that you are coded to receive, that your nervous system is taking in. Like, as I said to you, your nervous system is what allows you to interact with everything else in existence. And the intelligence is there already for what you are coded to become. It's just that you have to allow yourself to access it. And it's very subtle, especially because we're so used to really focusing on the loud, physical, external things, the things we read, the podcasts we hear, the lessons we get from outside of ourselves. We're not trained to or conditioned to go focus within. What am I feeling within? And that, of course, is how nature guides you and tells you where to go, because it's following those desires, it's following those deep desires for what you want to create, contribute, express, and experience that takes you on the path to your highest potential. And it is a path, because it's never going to be a straight path. You go forward and you only ever know what the next step is. It's not something that you can't like say, oh, this is everything that I want to create, and be able to see it all and know it all and work it all out. If you have to do it at that level, you're making it up from your mind, you're not letting it unfold. Your potential, your full genius potential unfolds as you move forward. And that's the key. As you move forward, you actually have to take action, because it's very easy to get to this place of, oh, I've broken through my coping strategy and I feel it. I feel what I want to create. I feel the potential of this. But then actually it's too uncomfortable to move forward. There's too much, and I'm back into the fear, and it's kind of tricking me to think that I'm not really in fear. I'm just like waiting until I have some inspiration or intuition. No, you actually have to take action forward, and there is no wrong action, because if you take an action that isn't on right, it's not directly your thing or the right thing to do. It is still the right thing to do, because if you go off track, you'll start to feel it. You'll start to feel, this is not what I want to do. This doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel good to me. As long as you're tuned into your feelings and listening to what feels in alignment. And the key thing is to be able to differentiate between, this doesn't excite me, this doesn't draw me, this doesn't feel good, this doesn't feel fun, this doesn't feel expansive, this doesn't feel possibility. You can distinguish that, and when it's just simply fear, like, if I do this, I will be judged. That is like the key to all of this. It's to differentiate between the two. But as I say, you can't get it wrong, because if you take action forward and it's out of alignment, you will feel that, you will know it. And if it is in alignment and you just have fear and you take the action, on the other side of the fear, you've broken free of a limitation. You've broken out of that fear, and you've given yourself the evidence that it was the right thing, and things start to happen. So either way, taking the action is going to take you forward. So these are the principles. And so it's to let it evolve, it's to take the action, it's to follow the desires. And this is how you move forwards towards fulfilling your potential. And it might be that it takes you in a completely different direction from the one that you've been going before. In your career, it might be that you don't want to be do what you're doing anymore. Like for me, I left my career in the law and became a coach. And this is a really good example, because when I decided to be a coach, it didn't make any sense logically to me. It was just a deep-rooted feeling, yes, this is what I want to do. And I felt it when I was out on my bike. I felt it when I was connected to nature. I felt it when I was deeply in my body, deeply relaxed and in that expansive state. And it was just a knowing that came to me that this was right for me. And I'm not saying it's been an easy path, because I've had to face all of my fears and all of my limitations and all of my coping strategy in order to make this a reality for myself. However, as I've done that, everything else in my life has come into alignment in terms of health and relationships and my self-trust and my self-belief, and how good I feel about life, and how much I have how much a good time I'm having here. And I'm so far away from that desperate place I was when I was a struggling lawyer, feeling that life wasn't worth living. So the point is that, you are just following the next step and the next step, and it's not necessarily going to make sense. As soon as you feel like you have to have certainty or have to see the next steps before you move forward, it's going to get you stuck, because you won't be able to see the next steps. You have to get comfortable with the discomfort of stepping into uncertainty, which is confrontational to our ego. And that is the way we move forward. And it's all about staying as much as possible in this vibration of connection, love, possibility, compassion, openness. It's that vibration that attracts everything that's in alignment towards us, and things start to show up by coincidence, but it's not. It's you are now energetically attracting these things to you. Which is a very, very different way that we've been conditioned to understand that life really works, and it takes deep self-trust. And it also takes a willingness to let go of all the this is how to do it. This is the strategy. This is the logic. This is how you do it. Because the thing is, when you move from this place of surrendering to what's within and the synchronicities and moving forward with the next steps and allowing to unfold, your alignment will cause you to be able to very quickly know what the practical steps you are going to take are. It's not that there aren't practical steps to take. It's not like you don't have to create that website or market this thing or, you know, create your product and, you know, get all the tech around it or whatever practicalities there are to do what you want to do. You still have to do those, but they'll become so obvious and easy and synchronistic as you move forward in this way. Whereas when you're moving forward from a place of fear, you're gonna hit all the trees on the way and it's gonna feel stuck and you're gonna get stopped. Which again, it's okay, because that all tells you something about needing to shift or needing to release and face some kind of part of your feeling and coping strategy or emotional trauma that's coming up to be released. So I hope you have enjoyed these videos, and I hope they have helped you to start the work or continue the work or enlightened you on the work of seeing how to manifest your genius potential, that potential that feels like the song that you have within you to sing that is as yet unsung. So I hope this will help you to get to sing your song, and because this is deep work and this is the root cause of really changing your life. And if you feel that you would really like to dive deep into this work and really make it work to change your life, and not just know about it and think, oh yeah, that makes sense, I see where that might be happening, or this might be happening, I could do this, but to actually go, right, this is how you do it. This doesn't do me any good if it's just a know it, if it's just information. This only does me good if I actually embody this in my life and I actually make it happen. I actually do it. And if you would like my support with that, then I have a program which is called You Are a Force of Nature. Unlock your deep-rooted coping strategies and manifest your true potential. And in that program, we will go into and find what is it you want to create, express, experience. I will allow you help to guide you into that place. I don't have any of the answers. You have the answers, but I can help you. I am your expert guide in helping you find that for yourself. And we will also then go into really identifying, getting so clear on your invisible barrier, making it so visible so that you can really understand and see why you've been creating things that you don't want, or situations that you don't want, or you're staying stuck in something, and really be able to start just easily stepping into your true potential and becoming clearer and clearer and clearer as you move forward as to what that is and how you're going to manifest that. And I am not saying to you that by the end of this program, that I've got two possibilities. You can do it as one-to-one with me, 12 weeks, or you can do it as a group program, which starts in December, early December, with a 3-week break for Christmas. But I am not saying to you by the end of this 3 weeks, you will have manifested your soul potential, your genius potential. But what I am saying to you is that you will know what the work is and how to do it. And it may be that, I mean, this is the process of evolution, and this is a path. But unless you're able to unlock this deep-rooted coping strategy, you will stay stuck. You have to understand it, because it will keep on causing sabotage, which will keep on causing you to stay stuck. Whatever else you do in terms of manifesting rituals and connection and yoga and therapy, whatever it is, unless you're able to get to this deep-rooted coping strategy, you will carry on creating the stuff that's showing up now that you don't think you're creating. These negative patterns, this feeling of stuckness will continue to show up. So if this is feeling like something that you're interested in and you'd like to explore it further, what I suggest you do is you book with me on this webpage a short clarity call where we can just start with a quick chat about if and how I can help you, and then we can take it from there. So that's what I would suggest you do. So thank you very much for being here, and I wish you every success. I wish for you to expand into your greatest and highest genius potential. And if you have any comments, any feedback, any thoughts, do message me as well. I would absolutely love to hear them. Thank you.